Look what I just found. Thought this was interesting. I'm just doing random interneting sometimes now. Because it seems the internet even changes, right? Which is Google. I swear the searches are different. Remember I made those videos about the internet darkening? And then everybody started making, like TrueStream Media, other, medias started saying, like, they're going to come with official narrative, right? Like, so, maybe your future Fed coin can't donate to me because I'm not official narrative or something, stuff like that. Anyway, I found this dude, just heard about him in a video, and because apparently he categorized, when you see tunnels and white lights and stuff in near-death experiences and in visions and so on, sometimes on psychedelics and so on. Apparently this guy was a physician who was working, and I'm guessing he was philosopher after and stuff. I don't know. Don't have a clue. Maybe he was always. Just seems like he had an epiphany on his own near-death experience. If you read this all, I only just started reading, but that's what it seems to be. Anyway, not discounting his philosophy or anything. I'm just saying he seems to be like a physician, and then he had his own near-death experience, and apparently he's categorized all those little. Or in other words, I was thinking mapped hyperspace. You know what I mean? That's what we want to be doing, mapping hyperspace. And yeah, he's like kind of doing that by categorizing common visions and experiences after and near death. Because a lot of people have them, so it's very interesting. So I thought, I'd come in and have a look, and then I found. Check this out. And then I found personal life. It says Moody claims to have a near-death experience, blah, 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 which he talks about in his book Paranormal. Interesting. So he had a near-death experience, and he was saying, he was trying to commit suicide because of a thyroid condition which affected his mental state. In an interview in '93, Moody stated he was placed in a mental hospital by his family for his work with mirror gazing. I was like, what the fuck is this? Catotromancy. I never ever heard of this. Oh, maybe once obscurely, but I don't know, maybe. But this is something. Also known as captromancy or enotromancy is divination using a mirror. And I was thinking about it. I was thinking I'd like to do this. Like I want to do like a proper like dark room. Like solitary confinement, but properly. Because I've done it in dark forests and grounded, and it's amazing. I have amazing visions and epiphanies, massive epiphanies when I do that. Sit in the dark in nature. Every time I do that, it's unreal. Especially on mountains, right? On portal points. And this is interesting because it's the same thing, like facing yourself, I was just like, well, I've never done it, but I imagine after a while it would get really weird. Like looking at yourself in the mirror for a really long time. You know what I mean? And they're using it for divination. So, I don't know, I'd like to try this, but imagine doing this. What is all this equipment? Oh, okay. Yeah. Foresee, foretell, predict, prophesize, right? Divination stuff. I don't know about, well, that's from Latin, but I have this thing about organic portals messing with language, but we'll talk about it another time. Is the attempt to gain insight into a question or situation by way of an occultic, standardized process or ritual. Used in various forms throughout history, diviners ascertain their interpretations of how a querent should proceed by reading signs, events, or omens, or through alleged contact or interaction with a supernatural or even alien agency, like old Crowley. Anyway, so this is interesting, like divination. I don't know if we can even call that divination, but yeah, this is interesting. This looking in the mirror. It's so weird. I'm gonna try it at some point. Have a good go at it. Let's see what that's like. That's so weird. Anyway, let's look into I want to have a look further. Now I'm just gonna have a look and read, because that's all I found so far. I want to actually see the categorization though of. I wonder if he does that in that book, Paranormal. I wonder, because maybe that's just where he talks about his near-death experience, but I don't know if that's where he categorizes them. That's what I'm trying to find. I think I heard of this guy, maybe. That's interesting. I wonder what he says in that. I don't know if he's religious or what. Wouldn't have a clue. We're not going to play that. Too much copyright infringement, probably. I don't know. Can we? Oh, because we're reviewing stuff, right? We can play that.
I arrived at Dr. Raymond Moody's house in Deep South. What do you think happens when we die?
How good was that cut?
What I think happens when we die is that we enter into another state of existence or another state of consciousness that is so extraordinarily different from the spatial and temporal frame of reality in which we exist in the physical world, that the language we have is not yet adequate to describe this other state of existence or consciousness.
Sounds like he's mapping hyperspace.
How do we leave it? What do we look like?
People say that in the realm of existence they enter into upon the point of death, that there's no such thing as physicality as we experience in it in this realm. It's not that they have a physical body. It's rather that they have some other sort of vehicle which they find it very difficult to describe, but that it does have a form, that it carries a personality, but that it's just entirely impossible to describe it in terms of or analogously to the kind of body that we have. I've heard it characterized as a spiritual body, for example. That's a term that I hear from a lot of people.
So when they come back, they're changed. They're transformed.
So he doesn't
There are
know
a
from
number of
himself.
transformations we see with people who come back from near-death experiences. The most prominent one is that whatever they had been chasing before, whether knowledge or fame or power or money or any of these other things, that when they come back, they say that the most important thing we can do while we're alive is to learn how to love.
How has this knowledge affected your life?
The most powerful one to me has been that it really has convinced me of the importance of love. And I try in every day to be loving to people. I genuinely do try in my day-to-day interactions with people that I try to keep in mind that I will be seeing this again, and that I will be seeing this event not from the way I'm seeing it now through these eyes, but that I will be seeing this event through the eyes of the people with whom I've interacted.
How do you think the world would change if you were able to prove that there was an afterlife?
And many people get to thinking about this and they think, oh, if that were the case, then we'd all love each other and there would be nirvana and there wouldn't be any problems in the world. But I don't think it would bring people to a state of complete love and make everybody saints and so on. I honestly don't accept that. But there is one thing that I am absolutely sure that a rational proof of life after death would do. And that would be that it would fundamentally alter the structure of the human mind. If we could have a rational proof of life after death, then human beings would never again be the same, because the entire structure of our cognitive mind would be expanded. What I can honestly tell you from the bottom of my heart is that I accept that there is a God and I have a relationship with God and I talk with Him all the time. What I honestly don't know yet from the rational point of view is whether life after death is in His plan or not. And it may well be, if you think about it, that God has something in mind for us that is even more remarkable than what we might call a
Worst ending ever, and I'm not even let him finish. Just because they've been a philosopher and physician doesn't mean they're spiritually able. They're still inept. That dude is talking. Just review that video, and he's like talking with other people's experiences. He seems to add nothing himself, so that's interesting. I want to see his categorizations. See the criticism. So his main thing is that he's trying to show evidence for an afterlife. And this Barry Bayerstein, professor of psychology, is saying that it's flawed logically and empirically. It's going to take us to a reference there. I like it. I like that comment. I have to say I like that comment about that's almost how I'd describe it myself. Interesting. Someone wrote that. James Alcock. I have no idea who that dude is. Let's have a look into him. Committee for Skeptical Inquiry. An official skeptic. That's funny. International Brotherhood of Magicians. York University, eh? That's funny though. Good comment, you gotta say. Canadian educator. Well, anyway, that's ended up getting nowhere. Let's just see if we can see the categorization somewhere. I just was listening to a video and they said like he's like categorized that or something. So the person that I was listening to a video of is possibly just like sensationalizing it a bit too much. I was expecting to find, like a graph, some sort of graph or table with data, or like some sort of reference, something, anything. Near-death studies. Yes, what that means, people type it in a lot, right? If it shows up like that. Oh, what? Is in the correctional institution. May 2020. Charged with kidnapping, rape, and murder of a 17-year-old. What the fuck? Is this the same? I don't know if this is the same guy. Let's have a look. That'd be fucking weird. Is this the same dude? "14 years ago." Where's the video? Is that him? Is that the same guy? Hey, that's him, isn't it? Is this for real? Does that look like him? What do you guys reckon? Hold on, let me go back. Where is this picture? No, that's not him, eh? Oh, it could be. Him with a beard. Wait, wouldn't it say it here? Oh, well, it does say he was placed in 1993. This is saying in 1993 he went into a mental hospital. Oh, and so he raped someone back then. Because it said 14 years ago. Oh, well, that'd be in the 2000s, though. I don't know, is this the same dude? Sorry if it's not. Fuck, I better end the video. I'm not trying to defame him. It's the same name. Maybe it's a different guy. Anyway, it was very lackluster to like not see any like categorization. So talking on the video I saw that mentioned this guy, they were like talking. I don't know if that was him in the courtroom or not. I'm not saying it was. It kind of looked like him. I don't know. Kind of looked like a different younger guy, but hey, because this guy seems older. It's probably not even him. Although it said he was in a mental institution and shit. In 1975 he wrote that Life After Life. Yeah, this seems all not like up to date. If people are referencing people like this out there, man, there's so many people that I know that are just average Joes who have done a lot of psychedelics that could tell you more. You know what I mean? Sorry about that, Mr. Raymond Dr. Moody. I'll see a graph or like a table of the tunnel. It means this or it goes there or that, you know. That's what I was expecting. Or this type of person has that, or just some connection of something. That's fucked. That was a shit video. He didn't explain nothing. I wonder how his book is, but I don't know. He seemed kind of religious, maybe. Anyway, random interneting. Thought I'd have a look. Oh, here we go. Let's have a look here. National Louise. Oh, university. So I was reading the other entries there. Oh, I have to open it with a PDF. I don't want to do that. Oh, here we go. So Raymond Moody identifies 9 distinguishing qualities, characteristics, or traits that have been associated with near-death experience. Oh, I guess that's something. Let's have a look then. We'll download it. See what he has done. Seems to be the same guy. Not Raymond Moody. This is by someone else. This is by someone else. I'm confused. Oh, this is the national... But it mentioned Raymond Moody, so... It mentioned that it was his 9 categories or something. Oh, here we go. That's what I wanted. Something that models of near-death experience. Right. Here we go. Look at this. That's the stuff. Some points. A little list. So this is by Kenneth Ring, though. Someone else. Sense of peace. So these are stages of near death. Sense of peace. Sense of separation. Okay, that's not what I'm looking for. Oh, here we go. Raymond Moody identifies 9 distinguishing qualities. The Moody defined near-death experience traits are so qualities, characteristics, or traits. A sense of being dead, a sense of peace and painlessness, a sense of separation from physical body, the sense of passing through a tunnel. So that means on these psychedelic experiences, it's the same, you know, when you see the tunnel and you're tunneling, that's the same as near-death experience. It's interesting. I think I've heard that before, that people when they die see it and stuff too. A sense of an encounter with recognizable, ethereal entities. But then why does it say family and friends? Because that's not ethereal entities. Angels or religious personages. Sounds a little sus. These spirits, well, they're not spirits, religious personages. Or like Jesus and stuff they mean. They probably mean Jesus there, obviously. Just didn't want to write his name. These spirits may appear to be enveloped in light. I don't know if he meant... He says religious. Oh yeah, for any religion, like you might see Muhammad if you're Muslim or whatever. A sense of rising rapidly. It sounds like psychedelic experience, you know. It's very much sounding similar. But I'd say, hold on, we'll keep reading, because I was about to say, I'd say that there's more points you could even make after a psychedelic experience than this list. I bet I could come up with a bigger list than this. It's something to do. Put an ebook out of it. Yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm making a note after the video. It's a good idea. Because I've done a lot of psychedelics. A sense of an encounter with a being of light which emanates unconditional love. This being is described as God or Allah. An experience of a panoramic, total life review and sense of self-judgment about one's life while bathed in unconditional love of the being of light. Alright. A sense of reluctance to return to the world of the living. Same thing on psychedelics. A sense of compression or absence of time. And especially on mushrooms, right? And because strychnine and stuff would take you near there anyway if you had bigger doses. And people are doing massive doses of mushrooms. I've been reading crazy stuff over the years, what people have been doing, way more than me. A sense of... And same with ayahuasca. When I did ayahuasca, you know, you feel ill. Everybody gets sick. I don't think it's just vibrational, to be honest. You know, like a good thing kind of thing. A sense of compression or absence of time and sensing that no restrictions of space but a freedom to go where experiencer chooses. So no entropy or arrow. That's what the person was saying. They were talking about this world as a simulation. It was Actually, still got it up on my computer screen. If I back out of this document, hold on. It's autoscopic. OBE. Right, so that's interesting. At least there was something. And the video I was listening to was about Donald Hoffman, some, I think, scientist or physicist or something, talking about, it was not this video, it was the video before, so I'll just go back. This one here, evidence we're living in a simulation is everywhere, and they were talking about it on only a mathematical and scientific basis, and basically information technology basis as well, because they started talking about programming near the end, and some things you learn in IT. Anyway, yeah, random internet. At least we got some results there though, that's right. But I'd have to say that was a very mediocre list, right? I'm sure people on my channel are going to be like, that was an organic portal burn. Yeah, I'd say the same. That was like this side, right? That was not maps of hyperspace. Just some feelings of disassociation from the body, hey? We'd have to think about that. I'd have to think about that. That'll be like years of thinking, correlating to things. See you in a few years.